Welcome back to Bridges. I'm glad that you were with us. If you were with us the first part of the show, you know that we have mayoral candidate Opal Covey with us. She was just explaining how her platform would develop Toledo into a destination city. And you think that developing Toledo into a destination city will help the economy here?
Oh, definitely. This is one of the main purposes is to develop the economy. And of course, when the economy, we start getting more revenue in, then taxes do go down. And, you know, our water tax, our increase and things like that, that's going to go down eventually. And I don't think it's going to take too long, because people love to come to resorts area.
Well, you know, one of the complicated things about being mayor, and I have to say, with all due respect, I think it's always easy to talk about what you would do when you're not sitting in that seat. And one of the complicated things about being mayor is that there are lots of things that have to get juggled all at the same time.
Definitely.
So while you were developing downtown or the city as a destination city, how would you make sure that the neighborhoods are not neglected?
Well, I would work with the inspectors and with the courts. You know, our courts are not dealing with slumlords the way they should. Now, I do live in a slumlord area, and I know how hard it is to get things fixed. I know what they do when, you know, repairs and it gets in a house gets in a bad shape, they leave it sit. The city isn't really, it's not up on demolishing these houses that need to be. Now, you can't compare an old neighborhood like I live in or such to a $200,000 home or anything. These have their own special problems. They have SSI residents, therefore bringing drugs in, selling their food stamps, and all of this corruption is going on in these neighborhoods. And
how would you address that? The mayor and his staff would say to you that they have demolished over 1,000 units.
That's not
in
enough.
The past year. And how would you do that differently? How would you manage that differently?
I would have to speed it up, and of course, with bringing new businesses to the city, which the destination for a vacation city will automatically, it's a combustion. It will start bringing businesses in when people start seeing, hey, we're making something of this city. It always does. And it will help the finances downtown. We will be having more money in the coffers to do these things that we need to do.
Yeah, you used the example of Cabela's, I think, when we talked.
Yes, Cabela's. Yes, remember Cabela's? There was a big article and pictures in Cabela, and it was exactly like my plan. And it was, let's see, 10. It was in 2010, August 29th, and that issue. And what they did in for Cabela's, they went and put it in. Okay, they built that big building. And all of a sudden, these developers, they see, oh, gee, millions are coming through here. The same thing's going to happen here. And then they start to set up shops, open up shops, even Hershey's shops and all these little candy shops. And there'll be souvenir shops, things that kids like. So it's you have to put the drawing card. We don't have the drawing card yet.
And do you think that the destination city idea then rolls into helping neighborhoods
Helping
redevelop?
neighborhoods, definitely, because people, our young people will go to work more so and get off the streets. And we'll have more money to do things. And with these businesses moving in, and remember, we have to be business friendly. And
Are we business friendly now?
No.
Why would you say that?
Well, I've lost 4 stores, and they could have saved every one of them. And even kids' stores and animal shops and everything. That's the reason I stopped having businesses, because it was just too much trouble. Sometimes 7 inspectors will come in on you at once, or whatever. And you know, I had no write-ups, no nothing. And I lost them through corruption. Toledo Edison closed my 15-year-old business because of...
So how would you change the focus of the city when it comes to managing businesses?
Okay, I would inspire people to be honest, of course, number one, and not be buying anything outlandish or taking any outlandish trips and things. I would really focus on the finances. to keep them, you know, the finances with the people, spending it on the people's things. And I think entirely too much has been spent on things that shouldn't be
spent on. Let me ask you a kind of sensitive question. Okay, you with
Sure.
me? All right.
Sure, I'm with you.
One of there's a perception out there that people don't take your candidacy seriously. You and I have kind of talked about that a little bit. And that, and I think that's because they have a hard time getting their arms around exactly who you are and what it is you want to
Yes,
do. What would you say to those folks who continue to not take your candidacy seriously?
Well, I would say to those people to please take it seriously, because this is the only way that this city is going to be brought out of its financial difficulties and lower crime rate. We're going to continue. If I'm not voted mayor, let's put it that way, why it will continue in the same pattern that it's been going for 39 years. There will be no change, and it will be more hardships. But if you go my way, and see, I cannot do these things for the city and work with neighborhoods like I would like to, and work with the city council, because city council needs an overhauling. We need overhauling in so many of these areas. I can't do that unless I'm voted
Unless
in.
you're mayor. What do you think about city council? What do you think about the way they perform right now?
It's poor for performance, very poor. You know, you look in the paper and they've paid $92,000 for, he used to be my councilman, McCluskey. I disagree with that. That's wrong. If you do the crime, you do the time. You know, you pay your own expenses. And even though the city council says, okay, we were in on this too. Well, you shouldn't have been. You know, there's no place for bribes.
You're talking about McCluskey's legal bills as a result of the
Yes, and
charges.
things like this, it shouldn't be. And of course, taking money to run around the world and things with no.
So you don't agree with Mike Bell's trips abroad for economic development, even though the mayor would say to you that his trips abroad have caused an interest in the city of Toledo. The Marina District happened in part because of his trips abroad, and his trips to Germany have caused people there to be interested in developing here. You don't think
But we don't need that. What we
don't.
need is our own development with the people. That's why I wear gold and green. Gold is for the people to get involved. We, the people, should be able to develop and use our prime land. That's ours. And we don't need to bring other fingers in here that's going to distort us from the real thing that should be done here to make this a resort city.
Okay, there's so much more I want to talk to you about, and we are just running out of time here. Let me ask you: are you going to be able to raise the money to run a good and effective campaign?
Sure. I have run. This is the fourth one. I take one day at a time, and I only do what's needful. I feel that my presence, 36 years in the city of Toledo, has given me a lot of prestige and a lot of love from these people. And of course, I give my love out to the people wholeheartedly. I'm there when they need me. I have worked hard and helped even a drug addict yesterday walking down the street crying. I stop everything I do and help the needy, and went to the jails and sat there till 12 o'clock. I'm very well known, and they know me only as Opal, you will work for us. East Siders, I love you. You know, they're after me. They say, grab me by the arm. What are you going to do for us?
So there are folks out there who take you seriously, whether...
Definitely. There's only a few that don't take me seriously. And they're running up to me and saying, keep on doing what you're doing, Opal. You were there for me. Tears running down their cheeks. Kids hugging my face out on this, when I'm taking these...
So you're excited about this campaign.
Because they're my people. I know all of these people. And that's the reason that I have worked 36 years ministering to the people, bettering their lives, and doing what they can. Matter of fact, my own sister, I am her payee, trying to bring her out of mental depression.
That's right. I understand that you are taking care of a sister who happens to have mental illness.
When I hear of people's plights, like when I heard that she was on the streets, that she was homeless, I began to weep inside me. My compassion is for the hungry and for the homeless. And
And
you
that's
know,
going to be your focus
this is
then
my
as mayor,
focus.
changing the life status of those
Lifestyle.
particular folks. Listen, let me ask you, in the last couple of minutes, if are you anxious to debate your other candidates? There are several debates coming up. Are you
know
anxious?
something? I have no problem with that because I know that I have the plan, and I know putting me on the seat is the thing to do. And you know, I don't have no problem saying I'm not going to be mayor because I feel definitely I'm going to be mayor this year. This
So
is
you
it.
think the fourth time is the charm?
The fourth time is the charm because now people want change. We have to have change. You know, we have to have the change in power. And I have been a Republican practically all my life, and I've been for prosperity. I don't like to see the poor go without. You know, I'll give my last dollar even on the campaign.
And you feel prepared at this point with your plan to take the reins of this city and to manage this city?
I feel more prepared the fourth time, which I know this is
You think
it.
that you are a better candidate today than anybody else that's out there right now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Because I have the key that's going to bring this city out of poverty, less crime, bring businesses back. We will become business friendly because I will inspire. We have many ministers.
Business friendly, a destination city,
Yes.
taking care of those people
The poor,
who are
the
needy,
needy.
changing the neighborhoods. You got it going on, girl.
Well,
Stay
I
with me
sure
for just a
do.
second. I am so glad that you were with us today. We
you.
need to move out for just a second. We will be right back. Stay with us. I promise we'll return.